We're in a brand new subreddit this time around called r/Tifu, standing for Today I Fucked Up. We have a post by Coconut Throwaway 69. And I apologize to the people who have heard this story before, but you have to suffer alongside me again. Today I fucked up by coming into a coconut. This seafood didn't happen today, but quite a few years back. For obvious reasons, I'm using a throwaway account as my family knows my main Reddit username. Anyways, around 8 years back, I lived in northern Mozambique, a coastal southern African country with quite a warm climate. My mother at the time was going through a health nut phase and only buying foods she deemed healthy enough. One of these was coconuts. She would buy several coconuts a week to use in food from the local market. Anyway, being a horny teenager, I fapped in regular intervals. Unfortunately, there were some severely stressful examinations coming up for me, and as my fapping reached a higher peak than usual, and I was feeling pretty sexually frustrated. One day, I hear that my mother is going to be out for pretty much the entire afternoon. Horny me decides that it would be a fantastic idea to fuck a coconut. Honestly, to this day, I can't fathom why I thought that would be a good idea, but my train of thought back then was clearly somewhat clogged. I ended up grabbing the coconut drill, and through 20-ish minutes of concerted effort, ended up creating a hole large enough for me to stick my porker into. I decided to require some lube and grab the nearest slippery thing, some butter, before shoving it into the coconut, followed shortly by my meats. I fucked the coconut and it actually feels pretty damn good, so I blow my load, shove the coconut under my bed, and continue on about my day. For the next week, the coconut is my savior. Whenever I want to get off, I simply take it out and fuck it in its delightfully tight hole, made better each time by the accumulating volumes of my semen and butter acting as a lubricant. I should have warned my family not to watch this first. Stop listening. It's heaven. Now, before I continue, I best mention that at the time our area was experiencing quite humid, muggy weather, which exacerbated an already existing fly problem. Disgustingly fat, bloated flies were commonly found around our house, and the exterminators couldn't really do anything because it was a localized area problem that would go away with the winter. About a week and a bit after the initial coconut fuck, I have been using it pretty much every day since. I began to notice a few more flies than usual, as well as an odd, unpleasant smell about my room. Must be the coconut, right? So I decided that I'll fuck it once more before I throw it out and get a new one. Worst mistake I have ever made. You see, the reason for the increased number of flies was that the coconut was evidently, in hindsight, a nearly perfect place to lay eggs. As I penetrate the coconut one last time, I begin to feel a strange wriggling sensation. Puzzled, I pull my cock out to discover that it is covered in rotten and moldy butter and semen and teeming with tiny fucking magnets. Teeming with tiny fucking maggots. They were wriggling all over my dick, head, and some were even trying to force their way up my urethra. I screamed. and threw the coconut against the wall, which made the situation worse by spilling the contents. Hours of vigorous cock scrubbing, vomiting, and cleaning the remnants were spent reflecting on what the fuck I was doing with my life. Never. Never again. I should have gave you guys a warning. Ugh. And what makes this even worse is this is my first time reading this story, but I've heard it 2.2 times. Heard it once, heard it again, and then when I started to hear it, 2.1 times. We'll round up for the 0.1. Fuck 2.2. When I started to hear it for a third time, I was like, nope, skip. That's part of the reason why I have this podcast. Not this story. Not this story. Ooh. Post-pandemic. Ooh. I started watching Two Hot Takes, Marky, and Mark narrations. All right. I did, because I'm too busy now with my own podcast. I enjoyed did it, past tense, watching their stuff and try to watch other people's podcasts, mostly the Reddit stories. Their stuff didn't really hit. Even Marky's buddy over at Marky Nations, I think that's it. Or no, Marky Industries. Yeah. Shout out to that motherfucker. I can't stand his voice. Cool guy when I see him and Marky, or at least when I used to watch them do their podcast together live. Right? Their energy, I'm sorry, the story fucked me up. Their energy was great together. This right here is ugh. We got a TLDR. Too long, didn't read. I shouldn't have ate before this. What the fuck is my problem? Don't fuck coconuts. We have several edits that are, oh my God, irrelevant. Can I end the podcast right now? I know it's the first episode, first story, but oh Lord. All right, give me a second. Just give me. Oh my God. Oh fuck. I am so sorry, y'all. Why did I want to scroll from gluten-free and the T is a 7 instead of a T with 356 upvotes. Not even the top comment. I just went scrolling. Does this mean you're a father? No, it does not. Gluten-free. Top comment with 37K upvotes. Quote unquote. This thing smells like it's rotten a bit. I guess I should shove my dick in it one last time. What the fuck, OP? C's Lion 1 says this, but the Magic McRib replies with 11K upvotes. I know, right? Should have gotten a second coconut. And then show me your knuckleball replies to him. Gee, son, you sure love coconuts, huh? They're really starting to pile up in your room. Oh, my Lord. Ethan _ Chandler comments, I'm so sorry. If you're having issues with the story, I'm just reading all the puns in the comment section now. I don't even care what OP has to say at this point. This story is a classic, right? And he doesn't comment that much on this post, but we'll get to it. Ethan _ Chandler says, quote, I hear my mother is going to be out for the rest of the afternoon. Horny me decides it would be the perfect time to fuck a coconut, end quote. Boy, I tell you, if I had $1 for every time I had that same thought, and I'm a drunk armadillo says, quote, you should stick your dick in that. Quote, what the fuck? No, it's a coconut. And quote, damn, the problem is what? Quote, good point. Guess I'm fucking a coconut. The general thought process of the male brain since, well, forever. No, no. Just because it has a hole doesn't mean you should fuck it. This, my God, bro. Oh, people. Oh shit, the sleepiness is getting me. Oh, sorry if I made you guys yawn. Oh, well, let me clean my glasses. Yes, I know I have contacts, but no, I did not put them in today. I've been up since 6:30. I did not have an hour and a half to try and put my contact lenses in, and they're only really meant for the weekend. I'm gonna try to put them in tomorrow. Spend some time with my mom for Mother's Day. She'd be like, "Oh, you got contacts." Rabbit Hamster 87 replies to who was this again? To I'm a Drunk Armadillo. To be fair, I think hormonal girls are just as bad. There's just less evidence. No one suspects them, and they've been conditioned not to admit it like guys do. Even typing this comment has me questioning whether I should say it or not. But when I was 13, 14, etc., I found inventive uses for bananas, cucumbers, carrots, the handle of my hairbrush, the handle of a screwdriver, magic markers, even pencils. I could probably go on, but you get the idea. All right, go ahead and earn your name, Rabbit Hamster 87. I see why you're a rabbit and a hamster. But OP replies to that, well, in the very least, it didn't involve live insects. Cringe. I won't even read any more comments by OP. Who was right? Okay. Comment by Noob de Guerrera. He was right, and that leads to a hyperlink. Also, OP should have treated the coconut like condoms. Use just once or twice. You don't use condoms more than once. What do you mean, once or twice? Who? What, Noob de Guerrera? Having that run together like that makes my jaw hurt. What? No, you don't use condoms multiple times. Where is this linking to? Oh, a different post. Today I fucked up by ejaculating in my bed. Mom, if you're still watching this, Ma, why? Why? Just stop, honestly. So, let's read this. Fuck the coconut story. Let's read the bed story. We're over in r/today I fucked up with a post by a deleted user. Today I fucked up by ejaculating in my bed. Throwaway, obviously. And people, this is off the cuff. I don't know what the fuck this is. But the title is self-explanatory. This is a few months old, but I feel like I have to get it out of my head. So I know most people masturbate in the shower or in the toilet, but I've always done it in my bed. I'm living with my parents, so I guess I just like the privacy of my room. Then, and this is what I now realize is me being a fucking weirdo, it was time I would pull up the blanket, roll over to the side a bit, and just come onto the wall / below the bed. I never really thought much of it, and it never smelled bad. So I just kept doing it because it was easy. Nobody noticed, and people seldom visited my room anyway. You are nose blind because you live in that room. No one comes to that room because it smells. They smell it, and they don't want to, so they don't come to your room. After some years of doing this, I recently reached a few difficult points in my life, and this exacerbated my masturbation habits. Years? I used to only masturbate like once a week or so. Maybe that's why I didn't smell. But for a couple of weeks, I started doing it every day, sometimes a few times a day. What? You're depressed, so you're beating your shit multiple times? Who broke your heart? This usually wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary for a teenager, but since I was always ejaculating on my wall/bed, I began to get a bad cockroach infestation there. I want to cry. Why did I read this story? I could have stayed with the comments on the fucking coconut story. The fucking coconut story. Because it's not a fucking coconut story. It's a fucking coconut story. Say hi to Goku, everybody. Yeah, I want to start showing off my Funko Pop collection. Yeah. Because my batteries, this on air sign drains my batteries. Like, what's the point of having this on? The first episode I had it was bright, it was beautiful. But yeah. Look how sad it is. All right, let's try this again. Let's keep going. I didn't notice it first, and since I've never had cockroaches before, I didn't really know how. I didn't really know what they were, but eventually I read up on the internet that cockroaches like to live in dark, moist places in the house, and that made sense. At first, I felt really disgusted. I wanted to exterminate them, but I definitely didn't want my parents to find out what happened. So I tried to kill them by flicking them into a bowl of water and watching them drown. But then I felt really bad. Why didn't you pull your bed out and clean it? I don't know why, but it felt like murder. I didn't really dislike the cockroaches. I had never even seen cockroaches before, and they were kind of interesting. So I decided to stop killing them and kind of just let them be for like a week. At this point, I finally began masturbating in the shower. I know this sounds really weird, but I kind of began thinking of them as my children. It started out as a joke, as a joke thoughts. But then it got more serious. Like they were literally born out of my sperm. So in my mind, it made sense that they were my offspring in a way. I actually want kids when I grow up. And this was kind of like that. I used to bring them food and stuff from the kitchen and play with them by moving them around the room or letting them crawl on me. I just got really emotionally attached to them for a while, even though they were obviously just insects. Then my parents found out. I think my dad saw one in the kitchen, immediately freaked out and called the exterminator the same day I was at school. So we had to move out for about a week into an Airbnb, and I was really depressed the entire time, but I couldn't tell them why. They just thought I didn't like the Airbnb. too long didn't read. I'm sorry for making you listen to this. I jerked off into the wall and got a cockroach infestation. Okay. We're going to read one comment. We're gonna read one comment. Yeah, we're gonna read one comment because originally the link brought me over to this post comment section, and the second comment, which is a reply to the first comment, because it's all the thread, is what was linked. So top comment with 16,000, 16K upvotes. I'm sorry. I'm not sleepy. I'm just. Gay Scout says he typed. They typed. What is it with people coming in weird places? First, Cumbox, then the guy who always came on his carpet. Now we got Lord of the Cockroaches over here coming on his wall. What are these other stories? What? Cumbox? Cum carpet? I just wanted to read the coconut story. I thought it'd be good for the search engine optimization. I'd have it on YouTube and I get some views and everyone would be like, I've heard this story before. Why the fuck did you read this story? It's an old classic. Then they would have throwing up emojis in the comment section and I would feel successful. Yay, I did it. I tricked the algorithm into making me popular. But you boys who have turned into men decide to share your disgusting stories of nutting everywhere. You can't get everything pregnant. These are inanimate objects. A box, a carpet, a wall. Do you want paper cuts on your dick? Rug burn on your dick? Well, I mean, this guy got cockroaches, but it was not the kind of just desserts. Ugh. Because he came to like the consequences of his actions. The sick fuck. Okay. Mech Sniper 1928, the comment that got linked. I'm calling it right now. The next guy is going to be obsessed with coconuts. And the fact of the matter, he said this, and then it happened. He said it, and then it happened. His comment was before the coconut fucking story, and then it happened. So we go back to the original post, and Coconut Throwaway 69, which is our original poster, ROP, replies to new De Guerrera. Wow, what the fuck? That's actually pretty scary. Although mine happened years back, so what does that give this kid? Internet psychic powers? Question mark. All right, guys, we're done with this story. 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 You can go read the comments for the puns and the memes. Oh, for the jokes. I'm gonna go throw up and come back with the next story.